Is this a legitimate trademark infringement lawsuit, or is this just a bunch of feminist attention whores being triggered? My name is Andrei Minkov. I'm the founder of Trademark Factory, and in this video I'm going to share my thoughts about yet another trademarking screw-up. This time around, it's Wildfang suing Target's Fable. Alright, I'm going to start by reading from the article, and I'll provide my comments as I go. Portland clothing company Wildfang sues Target's Fable line for trademark infringement. Wildfang says the similarity between the two lines is likely to cause confusion, mistake, or deception, or to deceive consumers as to the source, origin, affiliation, association. Alright, so just the usual language for trademark infringement. Portland-based clothing company Wildfang, one word, filed a lawsuit in federal court Tuesday alleging Target's clothing line Fable infringed on the company's trademark. The complaint, filed February 4th in the U.S. District Court of Oregon, first reported by the Portland Business Journal, alleges that the similarity between the two lines is likely to cause confusion, mistake, or deception, or to deceive consumers as to the source, origin, affiliation, association. In addition to having similar names, the complaint says the two companies also offer similar merchandise, such as button-down shirts, jackets, pants, shoes, and accessories, because it's so unusual for clothing lines to feature button-down shirts, jackets, pants, shoes, and accessories. That by itself, in the lawsuit they say, is the reason the court should find in favor of Wildfang. That, of course, is nonsense, because a clothing line is a clothing line, and similarity of the name, yes, I understand why they need to prove that. In terms of, they also need to prove that both trademarks, both brands are used in association with similar products and services. But to say that Target not only launched a clothing line under a similar name, but they deliberately copied from Wildfang their line of apparel, which constitutes such amazingly unique products such as button-down shirts, jackets, pants, shoes, and accessories, is just ridiculous. Okay, let's keep going. Wildfang, which started in 2013 as a female-founded, women-run brand, has positioned itself as an advocate of feminism, reproductive rights, and immigration. Okay, all right. Something tells me they can't wait to vote in 2020. Something tells me there'll be a lot of interesting statements coming from them. But that's beyond the point. Let's keep going. It started with a radical belief that a woman, spelled as WOMXN, because of course you can't write the word woman as it's supposed to be written. You have to have your own feminist speak for that. So all right, it started with a radical belief that a woman has the right to wear whatever the hell she wants and be whoever the hell she wants, the company says on its website. 6 years after Wildfang's inception, in May of 2019, Target registered its Fable trademark, according to court documents. The lawsuit alleges that Fable also ripped off of Wildfang's self-empowerment ethos. Not only did Target copy the name, not only did Target copy the amazingly unique line of products that no other clothing company has, because only Wildfang has this button-down shirts, jackets, pants, shoes, and accessories. So not only did Target copy that? Target also copied their self-empowerment ethos. Okay, let me give you a quote. Not only have defendants infringed the Wildfang marks through the sale of clothing, the complaint says, but defendants have further copied plaintiff's brand concept, positioning Fable as a clothing line focused on self-expression and inclusivity, with the Target website claiming that Fable is a brand focused on enabling guests to create their own style for their many life moments. What kind of bullcrap argument is that? Let me read that again. It's really too good. Not only have defendants infringed the Wildfang marks through the sale of clothing, as if they could have infringed their mark by selling refrigerators and microwave ovens. Of course, clothing. Defendants have further copied plaintiff's brand concept, positioning Fable as a clothing line focused on self-expression and inclusivity. So Wildfang apparently seeks monopoly on clothing that focuses on self-expression and inclusivity. They think that the trademark infringement lawsuit is the right vehicle to stop Target from helping people focus on self-expression and inclusivity. How inclusive is that? With the Target website. So here's the phrase on the Target's website that they take issue with. They say that Fable is a brand focused on enabling guests to create their own style for their many life moments. And Wildfang says that this concept is so unique to them, to Wildfang, that Target should not be allowed to do that, because this idea of focusing on enabling guests to create their own style for their many life moments is just too close to this idea that they don't know how to spell the word woman, and that women have the right to wear whatever the hell they want and be whoever the hell they want. Yeah, okay, all right, let's keep going. Wildfang is asking Fable to stop selling its line, to recall any Fable clothing currently in distribution, and to transfer profits derived from the sale of Fable merchandise to Wildfang. Wildfang's attorney did not immediately respond for comment. A Target spokesperson issued a statement at Target: "We have a deep appreciation and respect for trademarks. Since we haven't been formally served, we don't have anything to share on this lawsuit by way of public comment at this time." So what Target is saying is that they may have filed the lawsuit, we haven't been served, and because we haven't been served, we're not saying anything. So that brings me back to my initial question. Is this a legitimate trademark infringement lawsuit, or is it just a bunch of attention whores trying to get attention of the press and being triggered by somebody who they claim is copying their concept? But really, there's nothing unique about their concept to be copied. Pretty much every brand out there is about self-expression, is about inclusion, is about empowerment, is about shirts, is about pants. So the only thing, really, the only viable argument in this whole pile of nonsense is that both brands are in Class 25 apparel, and both brands start with Wild, and both brands have letters FA following Wild. right? Wildfang, one word, Wild Fable, two words, that's what they should be claiming. If they were serious about it being a trademark infringement lawsuit, they wouldn't be talking about self-empowerment and women and inclusivity and focusing on creating their style. They'd be focusing on, hey, the names are so similar and targeted in the same industry, and we've been around since 2013. We've built enough of a client base, enough of a customer base, enough people know about us under this brand. And what Target is doing is they're ripping off our well-established brand by using a name that's confusingly similar to ours. That's what they'd be saying if this was a legitimate, real trademark infringement lawsuit. This is just an attempt to get some attention of the press, the attention of those who love the David and Goliath stories. By the way, I'm wondering, is there a feminist version of the David and Goliath story? Because, I mean, if you're a feminist, you probably can't tell a story about men, right? Because you get so triggered by the word men. If, like I said, if this was a real trademark infringement lawsuit, the whole thing would be totally different. But this, they're accomplishing their goals. They're getting press. They're getting press releases. They're getting people to write about them, even though they didn't bother to have served Target just yet. So if this really goes to court and Target wins, I'm sure we're going to see a lot of interviews where they would be blaming the male-dominated court system and male privilege for their failure to prove their case. It'll be a lot of fun to watch. From the legal perspective, really, by adding all of these stupid arguments, they're hurting their case more than they're helping their case. On just the trademark infringement side, they probably would have had better chances if they appeared to be serious about it rather than just turning everything into a public declaration. On the other hand, Target makes a great point in that USPTO did not see any concerns with allowing their mark to go through, even though there is a mark for Wild Fable. For Wildfang. But really, that's not always a viable argument, because that's what oppositions are for, that's what courts are for. And just because USPTO didn't see an issue with it doesn't necessarily mean that the marks are not confusingly similar. But that's what we'll establish if this goes any further on the court chain. And we'll probably get some requests to fund their legal campaign, because of course they can't fight this on their own. And of course, it's such such a horrible case of oppression, right? Okay, look, I don't hate women. I really don't. I love women. I've got 2 daughters. I've got a wife, and I've got a mother, and I have deep respect for women. I have deep respect for equality of rights. I have no respect for this. I have no respect for claims that make no sense. I have no respect for allegations that make no sense. And I'm just not going to buy this. So that's my opinion, like it or not. Either way, leave your comment below. Tell me what you think. And if you like this, subscribe. If you don't like this, subscribe, because I talk about brands. I talk about intellectual property, I talk about trademarks all the time. So if you watch this video, you might probably find other videos of interest to you. And if you've got a brand that you want to protect, go to trademarkfactory.com and book your call. It's a free call with our strategy advisors who will be able to understand your story, understand where you're coming from, and help you get started on protecting the most valuable asset of your business, your brand. And until then, I'll see you in the next video.